Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Eureka Archery. Well, not been uploading videos for quite some time now because I've been traveling many places, among which I was in Hungary, I was in Turkey, I was in the Philippines, and towards the end of the year we'll be going to a few more other locations within Southeast Asia. Why am I doing all this? All of this question will be answered in our first international archery competition for the year's video, which is our trip to Hungary a few months back. But for today's video, it's just to say hello again to everyone here at Eureka Archery, and I would like to show you something rather interesting from my travels and also meeting with people and learning about new cultures and new traditions. So what I actually want to show you today is this traditional rattan woven backpack. So this is quite light and quite nice, and I will also do an equipment loadout of what I plan to use in my travels, because traveling via airplane now, bringing bows and arrows is a hassle. It has always been a hassle. And previously in my trips to Hungary, some of our Malaysian archers had issues in the airport. They had to pay extra, they were restricted from bringing certain equipment, so there was a lot of hassle. So what I have basically curated and collected is something that is easy and small to bring, and of course equipment that you can even use for international historical archery competitions. So over here we have this rattan woven backpack. This is from Borneo, specifically from Sarawak, and the producers of this particular bag, which I have then transformed into an archery equipment bag as well as a back quiver, is called Etnik Kraf. So this is how the back quiver looks like. It's very light, very traditional, and I'll be showing you the equipment loadout that can actually fit in this bag. So let's see what this bag can actually do and how it can help me in my travels, traveling throughout Southeast Asia as an international judge for historical archery by the International Archery Association, as well as the first Southeast Asian ambassador for historical archery. So let's check out the equipments, and then I'll share with all of you a little bit more on our exciting journey this past few months. So even here at Eco Warrior Park Eureka Archery, we are doing some renovation works, but because Malaysia is currently going through some the general election, so the contractors are not around, the workers are not around, and some of the supplies are closed. So we're left with this for now, but let's see the equipment loadout that I can fit in here and the kind of bow and arrows that I use for competitions throughout the international competition scene. So here I have is, I fletched these myself. These are Agmos arrows, or rather Agmos shafts, with some parabolic 3 inches feathers and fast shooting nocks. I don't actually really like them, but this is the set I'm using now. And really light points, 60 grains, and the spine here is 400. Very light arrows, very stiff. So I'm using the AF bow takedown. So the reason why takedown is that after going through the hassle at the airport and the immigrations and everything, I think a takedown bow is much more feasible option, at least for me, if I want to travel around. So what I have here is the AF Tatar takedown bow at 50 pounds. It comes in this nice pouch sleeve, 2 pieces, and there is a much more thorough review of this bow, and that is coming up soon as well, so stay tuned for that one. But I'll just quickly show you the equipment loadout. Of course, definitely you can put more things inside this bag, but in general today it's just a proof of concept, and I would like to try to string up my bow, put the arrows in, and then use this as a functional back quiver. So let's do that. So in terms of the authenticity of this particular piece, from what I understand, the indigenous people of bario in Sarawak actually uses this bag as an everyday general purpose bag to go to the farm or to go to the paddy fields. It's a multi-purpose bag, and the rattan itself is soft and seems to be quite durable. However, after some tests, maybe I may reinforce some parts like here, and perhaps I'll change the string from this nylon string to probably paracord to make it stronger, its loop at the back. So this is how the back quiver slash backpack looks like, and you can actually in fact use this bag in the historical archery competitions where it is compulsory for you to use traditional items, or rather traditional equipments. So this definitely looks good, light, and even if you want to bring it in your luggage, it fits fairly well because it does fold flat. So I'm going to string up my bow and use this with the arrows as a back quiver, and let's do some shooting. Alright, so I've string up my bow. So this is the bow that I was talking about, the AF Tartar Takedown. And what I've done here, based on advice from Ronald of Bamboo Archery, you can also check out his review of this particular bow on his YouTube channel, Bamboo Archery. But for me today, I'll just show you quickly. I did some artificial sinew binding at the transitions here and here, just to strengthen the bow, because I am shooting borderline light arrows. So this is how the back quiver looks like. You can see, very comfortable, very compact, and most importantly, it is traditional and indigenous to Malaysia. So let me take off my hat and let's shoot some arrows. I may also need to take off my glasses because I'll be simulating how I would tackle the IAA competition rules. So what you can see behind me at the range here, maybe it's a little bit alright, so you can't see me now, but you can see the background. You can see there are 15 targets that I've placed here for our archers to train in accordance to the IAA rules. So let's try to shoot some of the targets using this bow, my arrows, and our traditional back quiver slash backpack. So I'm going to go into the range and shoot some arrows. Let's join me. Alright, so I'll be shooting at some of the targets. I just want to showcase the back quiver. So picking up the arrows are quite easy. So I'm going to try to shoot some arrows this way. That one goes straight to the bullseye. I was just simply shooting. Now let's take off my shades and let's shoot properly. Okay, let's try this. Let me just put my shades down here. Okay. Now, I've always liked to shoot with a back quiver, but you know, using back quivers made out of leather in Malaysia, it's humid, it gets wet from the rain, and it's really I would say annoying to maintain a leather back quiver. But this one, made out of rattan, indigenous to Malaysia here and the Southeast Asian region, it's light, it's breathable, durable, and it functions well. So I'm just shooting at a target there about 22 meters. Soldier target. I'll show you the target over there. I hope I can stabilize the tripod. There we go. Stand in front a bit. Okay. Now if you have long arrows, maybe it's a problem, but I'm using 30 inches arrows and it works fine for me. And let's try the furthest target there at 35 meters. So this bow is amazing. Take down, pack small, shoots well. That's a glance off. Let's try these 2 more arrows, then retrieve these arrows. I'll show you from the back, but it works really well. Yep, go straight to the Red, last arrow. Well, as a back quiver, it works really, really well. Okay, so let's take a look together. So back quiver wise, once you depleted your arrows, it just falls flat. It weighs barely anything. So this was my shot for the soldier target. Not too bad. And finally, at the 35 meters. Now again, I've only had this bow for about a week now. Not too bad at all. So I'll retrieve these arrows, put them back in the back quiver, and just try to do some dynamic shooting, moving, running and shooting with the back quiver. So let me retrieve these and then I'll show you how that looks like. So in terms of reloading the arrow back in the quiver, simple. Just find the hole in the back, slot it in, the first arrow, just to straighten up the back quiver, and then the rest is very easy. And just like that, what you have here is a traditional back quiver that's light and very comfortable to use. So let's do some dynamic shooting. So you may not hear my voice very clearly, but I'm shooting at some targets behind the camera just to see how well it works as a dynamic shooting back quiver. So we're moving forward. Drawing it seems easy enough. Arrow does not get interfered with it, so I'm moving, shooting from the left side. Now let's try to do this kneeling down. No problems. Try to do this right-handed. No problems at all, and it still functions well as a back quiver, no matter what technique you use. So last arrow. Good. So I feel very comfortable with this back quiver. It's very nice. So let me retrieve those arrows, show you one more time, and I'll tell you what I think. All right. So I'll be shooting from this position so that you can see how the back quiver functions for me. I'll just be shooting at that target over there, down there, very close, just to showcase the practicality of the woven rattan back quiver. So let's go. So far so good. Let's try this kneeling down. I don't know whether you can see me, but yeah. Last arrow, let's try this while moving and shooting. Okay, really good bow, good back quiver, and tuned arrows. Perfect combination. Let me retrieve those, and I will go into the under the trees there to see how well it is if you're moving inside the jungle or inside the forest for 3D competitions. Let's go. So with this back quiver, you can actually adjust the straps. There's a string loop, as I showed you earlier at the back. I tied a small knot behind it so that it is close to my body. But let's try out a simulation inside the under the trees there to see whether does it interfere with your movement at all and your shooting. So I'm under the tree lines here, and I'm shooting at that soldier target over there, and I'm using the back quiver inside, or rather under the shades, under the trees. So let's see whether it's all right. Okay, target is over there, soldier target. You just move a little bit to the back, right there. let's load the other arrow. Easy, no problems. Okay, one more arrow. In accordance to the IAA guidelines, 3 arrows per target. Okay, so far so good. Let's try to move around while in here. So far the arrows did not get snugged in. Let's try a different shooting position from here. There's a hell lot of mosquitoes here because I've not been to this side of the park in quite a while. So I'm shooting that side. The target is over there. So let's see. Okay, no problems at all. So let's see, where can I go from here? So inside, under the trees like this, you got to be careful. Watch out your surroundings for sharp trees or sharp branches. Of course, we don't want to see any unsuspecting reptilian guests here. So I'm just going to retrieve the arrows really quickly and get out of here. Mosquitoes, so many. But so far, this back quiver works much better than what I'm used to. So it's very, very interesting. So the phone almost fell just now, managed to catch it, but there it is. Traditional back quiver from Sarawak. So what do I think? I think it is a viable option to use as a back quiver, and it's a bonus for me because my bow is a takedown bow. It can also fit in there. I can put all my accessory equipment like my arm guard, shooting gloves. I can put some first aid and everything. So quite a lot of insects under the tree line there, a lot of bugs. But as it is, really, really good. Really, really nice back quiver. And it looks good. It's traditional. I'll definitely be wearing this in my next few excursions in international archery competitions. So for all our Malaysian archers out there who are, who really likes to explore cultures and tradition, give your own culture a chance. Malaysia is very diverse. We have a rich culture, rich history, and really, really rich traditions. So do stay tuned for more archery videos, especially our video in Hungary, our video in the Philippines, our video in Turkey, and towards the end of the year we're going to Indonesia as well, in Surabaya for the Patilaga competition. So till next time, my name is Anwar Matsa'at of Eureka Archery, international judge for the International Archery Association and the ambassador for historical archery for the Southeast Asia. Till next time, be an archer today.